In our morning rounds, how slacking off on sleep could leave you sick. A new study finds people who get 6 hours or less sleep each night are 4 times more likely to catch the common cold. Ash is director of sleep medicine at Meridian Health in New Jersey. Good morning, Dr. Ash.
Good morning.
My kids will tell you if I'm sleep deprived, I get very grumpy.
No.
But now you're telling me I'm also more likely to get sick.
Yeah, your kids and your mom were right. You got to get your sleep.
Yeah.
This is an interesting study. They looked at 164 participants, observed their sleep over 7 days, monitoring their sleep with a watch-type device, and they exposed them to a cold virus, and they found, as you suggested, they were more likely to get a cold if they slept less than 6 hours a night. That was the tipping point, that 6 hours.
Why 6?
And what happens, Gail, when you don't get enough sleep and less than 6 hours, it will decrease the activity of cells that are important for your defense and to resist the cold. It also increases inflammation, which can injure tissues and decrease defense.
Do we know why 6 to 7 hours is the tipping point?
Well, we know that the range is 7 to 9. Most of us need 7 to 9, on average 8, and that's just the way we're designed. Once you start getting less than what you really need to physiologically function at your peak, we start to fall apart.
Does the quality of sleep that you get matter?
Yes, it does matter. So the amount matters, but if that sleep is very fragmented, then you're not going to get the rest you need, and you'll have the same problems with the immune system and the defense.
But this goes beyond the common cold, right? I mean, this study was about the cold, but in fact, the CDC and other studies have showed lack of sleep leads to a lot of other health problems.
Absolutely, Nora. We know when you don't get sleep, it has an impact on you physically and mentally. It leads to cardiovascular disease, obesity, depression, anxiety. And the thing is, simple behaviors and habits can make all the difference. You know, if you can't get your sleep, like Gail and I were talking earlier, for many people it's hard to get that amount of sleep. Well, you could offset it with a nap, but providers have to get behind the message and really strongly encourage people to get their sleep, and role models.
I was lap. No, because I feel like if I hear one more time, you need sleep, you need sleep, you need sleep, we need vegetables too, I get it. And so, but what happens if you just really can't do that? And what do you think it's going to take to get people to get this message of how important it is?
Well, why can't you get that sleep, Gail?
I just can't.
Because you wake up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I wake up in the middle of the night.
Right.
I have these things called hot flashes. I mean, I could go on and on.
Yeah.
And this schedule is tough.
Yeah. I think that's.
But I'm not just talking about myself. There's a lot of people like me.
Everybody has that same thing. A lot of women I know wake up in the middle of the night. So how do you deal with those issues?
Well, you really, again, it's the job of your provider to help you understand what you can do to get better sleep, and the providers are not doing it. As Gail is suggesting role models, you might say, why did the First Lady get behind vegetables? It's so important. In New Jersey, Lieutenant Governor Kim Giordano got her whole town just to get to bed. Was just magical.
Well, we will keep saying it. Thank you, Dr. Carol Ash. Always good to see you. Vacationing on a budget doesn't